right, so thank you for taking the time with us. Just real quickly, just tell us your name and where you're from real quick.
Name is John Jones, and we're from Vincennes, Indiana, between Louisville and Terre Haute.
So you brought this car here, and in kind of an era where these cars have kind of gone out of the, like, kind of almost gone extinct. There's very few of these left. Kind of talk about the story of what made you want to do a front engine dragster, and kind of talk about the project and how you got this done.
Well, we had Don Nicholson's funny car back in the early 70s when he got done with it. And we ran it for 2 or 3 years, and it kind of got outdated, so I took the motor out of it and sold the car, which was a big mistake. And anyway, the motor laid in pieces for several years in my garage because I didn't want to put it together, so I didn't want anybody stealing it. And so I went to Bowling Green a few years ago and kind of got the fever, and me and another guy started working on it, and we had another friend that was actually a guy that could build it. So we started putting it together, and anyway, the other guy got aggravated with it, and so I ended up finishing it, and had another guy that worked on the motor, he was good with them. He ran them back in the day when these were popular, and he helped me put it together, and we got the car ready and everything, so we've been showing it for a few years now, which it's an unusual piece.
So kind of tell me, where did the name the Camry come from? Like, what was the story behind that and kind of the design of this car?
That's what they call these motors. That was a nickname back in the day, was the Camrys, and that's what they call them because the cams are in the heads, and that's why they call them the Camrys, and that was a nickname. So we built this car. I just thought, well, that'd be kind of neat just to call the car the Camry.
And then, so obviously, like I talked about earlier, like not a lot of these exist anymore. A lot of people have either switched to a rear engine dragster or just gone away from the dragster altogether. What is the reaction that you get, that you enjoy from fans that'll come up and see this? And it's like, what in the hell is this thing?
Right, yeah. Everybody comes by and they look at it and they can't believe it, but it's real. and it's set up, I mean, everything in it is to go down the track, because I was going to run it exhibition runs, but I decided not to. The motor's worth too much money. Anything can happen when you go down the track.
And then I talked to you right before this, and you guys were talking about doing the exhibition run tomorrow. When can fans that are going to be coming here for qualifying tomorrow for the Pro Series, when can they expect you guys to go out and make the run in this thing?
We're not going to do exhibition runs. All we're going to do is cackle back here in this. Yeah, everybody's going to start these up down through here, and so it's a good deal if you're around.
So people are just going to be able to come by here and hear you guys start these things up?
Right, yeah. There's a certain time. Tomorrow it'll be like 5 o'clock.
Alrighty, I'll be sure to be down here for that, man. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Tim Winesapple. I'm from St. Phillips, Indiana. Been racing probably 50 years, probably. Had this car about 15. It's our stock 283 4-speed 1966 Bel Air station wagon.
And kind of talk about the story behind this car and what made you want to choose a wagon, because in like a type of series where everyone's driving Mustangs, Barracudas, and Chargers, you're out here running a station wagon. It still has the bench seats in it, while everybody else has bucket seats.
Yeah, we've got to keep the stock interior, but I like wagons, and this was priced right, so went and bought it.
And what's it like trying to race one of these things? Because while everybody has kind of the lightweight performance cars, you got a little bit more weight in the rear than anybody else will have.
It weighs 4,235 pounds, and it could be a challenge trying to get it staged and everything, but we got it figured out, I believe.
And then what's it like kind of racing here for the U.S. Nationals? Obviously being from Indiana, this is a hometown race for you, and you've been doing this for quite a while, even being a class winner. What's it like racing at the U.S. Nationals and at IRP? And you've won this before, but what would it mean to win this event again, as I believe you won your way into the semifinals with the last round that you just raced? Is that correct?
Yeah, I've always wanted to run up here, and I've had some luck back in the past, but you know, it's like luck kind of comes and goes, so see what happens this weekend.
And then,
Damn it, flies bugging me.
yeah, they've been flying around all over the dang place. There were some of them like dragonflies bothering me earlier. I guess just kind of the last question, really. You've won, like I said, you've won this race before. What would it mean to win this race again and leave here as a U.S. Nationals class winner?
Be unbelievable. I mean, I can't wait. We're going to be out here in about 45 minutes, an hour, and I hope it works out.
All right, man, well, thank you, and good luck, and hopefully you end the day with a Wally.
You're welcome.
All right, then taking the time real quick. Just quickly tell us what your name, where you're from, and how long you've been doing this.
I'm Kevin Doherty from Shepherdsville, Kentucky. I've been doing this since my whole life. I was born in '64. I was at the U.S. Nationals here. I was born in July. I was here in September as a child, as a baby.
So you've been coming here for a while. This is kind of like, not like a hometown race for you, but it has a lot of meaning considering this is kind of where you grew up.
Now I live about 150 miles from here, but the thing is we never miss Indy. We've always came, even when we didn't race a car, we came to watch because it's Indy. So my dad raced super stock, always super stock, and we've always had Mustangs, Cobra Jets. My dad had the very first Cobra Jet Mustang. It was serial number 007, which was the very first Cobra Jet made, and my dad got that car in 1971 and raced it till about 1980. And it's in the museum now in Jackie Jones Ford in Atlanta, Georgia.
So you talked about the fact that like, the history that your family has here. Now that you come here as a team owner, you're getting to see your son race these cars.
Yes.
Just talk about the emotions of what it means, not just as a father and an owner, but just the emotions of a fan of racing and cars that gets to come to Indy every year.
It's
You can't really think of the words to describe it now?
I spend everything I got to do this. I love it. It's all I care about. I don't play golf. I don't fish. I don't hunt. I don't ski. I drive a truck. And I spend my money on my race cars. I love them. And I'll keep doing it till I run out of money. And that's it.
So I guess we kind of feed into this. You talk about the sacrifices you made to get here and to have what you have right now, to be able now.
Well, we sacrifice a lot, from time, from family, money, to get a car here. We worked on this car right here till 1:30 in the morning last Friday night to get it together, to go to Bowling Green to make one test hit, to get a qualifying point to get here. And then we had to wait for somebody to fall out to get in with their one qualifying point. This car here, I did that 2 years ago, the same thing. We had to go to Bowling Green to get that qualifying point to get in. We got the car together at the 11th hour, got it together, got it running, made the show. We loaded the car up, come up here. So it's kind of like, if you're gonna come up here, get your stuff together. That's the way I look at it.
I noticed this car too, because remember this car from last year I saw this, and this is one of the meanest cars on the property from the look I had. But this one, obviously, with the Golf throwback, kind of talk about what the idea came from to want to paint it as a Golf car, because this has a big history over on the European side, and now we're seeing it in the NHRA. Kind of talk about that.
Well, this car here was a black car already. I just changed the graphics and the look of it. But being a Ford historian, like a guy who consumed Ford everything, these cars won Le Mans 66, 67, 68, 69, 4 years in a row. 68, 69 won 2 years back to back. They were the Gulf blue and orange. And when I didn't want a blue car. I like red, black, white. But when we bought this car, it came this factory grabber blue, and it's not the shade of GT40 blue, but I thought I could pull it off by paying homage to the original 68 GT40s with this livery on it, with the orange and that. We did the horseshoes on the quarter panel. That was for luck. That was a Gulf Oil campaign thing that they did. I didn't put Cobra Jet on, I put Gulf Jet to try to mix that together. And we did, those cars had orange on the wheels, so we tried to put some orange in the wheels. We had them powder coated and then blacked. And it's different, you know. And I've had a lot of compliments on it, thinking, hey man, it looks like an old Hot Wheel car or whatever. And it does, you know, and I love the look of it. You know, it's, you know, everybody gets tired of something, you know, but that come out 68, it was cool, and them guys did a lot for Ford then, and I try to pay it back. That's it.
I will say that because we already have Ron Capps having the snake throwback, and seeing this car right there alongside it, this car, especially with the way you got the glitter glowing on the front of it.
Yes.
Incredible car.
Thanks so much.
I want to end it off with this. You talk about the meaning of coming in, you talk about what you've done to get to this point, and now already on the second day of the U.S. Nationals, you can look behind you and you have a Wally that you're taking home from the U.S. Nationals that
Yes.
your son raced with.
Yes.
Just talk about the meaning of that,
Well,
knowing that you already have a U.S. Nationals Wally in your hand that you're going to be taking back with you to Kentucky.
Everybody here wants that. Everybody. If you say you don't, you're lying. If you say you're here to participate, have a good time, you're still lying. You're there for that. And you'll do anything for that. You'll spend your last dollar, you'll work your last hour, you'll whatever. Damn, I'm sorry. It sounds ugly, but if you're not into this, you don't know how much it means. It's weird, you know. If you just, it's not a regular race. That's all I got.